Oh, I took Ozempic for a wedding and I lost 10 pounds. Look how great I look. This is not what the medicine was intended.
And I did it hormonally.
Hormonally?
Yeah, it was
not Ozempically.
The Ozempic craze has ignited fervent debate in the medical community and created shortages of the drug.
Of Mounjaro and Zepbound, writing diabetes and anti-obesity medications were not studied for, are not approved for, and should not be used for cosmetic weight loss.
We all just be more accepting of whatever body you choose to be in.
Novo Nordisk, the maker of Ozempic and Wegovy, recently valued at more than $500 billion.
By the beginning of 2023, one medicine was on everyone's lips.
What if I told you that over 50 celebrities have been caught in Hollywood's most dangerous trend, and the truth is far more disturbing than anyone's talking about? We're not talking about a typical beauty transformation. We're talking about emergency room visits, unrecognizable faces on red carpets, and celebrities who literally can't look at themselves in the mirror anymore. This isn't one video. This is the complete story. Every shocking transformation, every dangerous side effect, every lie, and every confession that the entertainment industry doesn't want you to see.
Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel.
And drop a comment letting us know where you're watching from.
I think maybe there was a part of me hearing the word beautiful that was like, no, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't be on that.
When Demi Moore showed up at some recent events in 2025, the conversation wasn't about her clothes, it was about her shocking and almost unrecognizable appearance. The iconic actress, who has been a symbol of beauty for decades, suddenly looked alarmingly thin. Her face appeared gaunt and hollowed, a look that immediately sent social media into a frenzy of speculation. Fans who have followed her career for years began expressing serious concern, with many guessing that her dramatic new look was the result of something more than just a disciplined lifestyle. While it's possible it could be for a demanding movie role, her appearance fits a disturbing pattern we're seeing across the industry, where established stars feel an intense pressure to maintain an impossible standard of thinness. Demi Moore's situation has become a powerful example of how even Hollywood legends aren't immune to the industry's most dangerous new trend, raising the unsettling question of what the real price of fame is today. Katy Perry's recent red carpet appearances have fans doing double takes, but not for the right reasons. The pop superstar's face appears dramatically different, with sunken cheeks and a gaunt appearance that's become the calling card of rapid pharmaceutical weight loss. Photos from recent events show a stark contrast to her usually vibrant, full-faced look. Industry photographers are quietly discussing what they're calling the Perry problem, how to capture flattering images of a star whose transformation has left her looking years older and significantly less healthy. Makeup artists reportedly require extra time and products to restore the fullness to her face that cameras once captured naturally. The most shocking revelation comes from venue staff who witnessed Perry at private events. Multiple sources describe dramatic mood swings and low energy levels that required schedule changes and extended breaks. One insider claims she needed assistance walking after particularly long appearances, raising serious questions about what she's putting her body through for the sake of maintaining her image. But the real controversy erupts when we examine her public statements versus the visual evidence. Perry has remained silent about speculation, but her changing appearance tells a story that her words never will. Chelsea Handler broke Hollywood's code of silence when she publicly admitted to her pharmaceutical weight loss experience and the terrifying consequences that followed. The comedian's candid social media posts described severe side effects, including nausea so intense she couldn't work, mood swings that affected her relationships, and digestive issues that required medical intervention.
My anti-aging doctor just hands it out to anybody, right?
Oh.
And obviously now I can't say her name. I didn't even know I was on it, but I'm not going to take a diabetic for, like, I tried it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do that.
You're not going to do it anymore.
No, I don't. That's not for me.
Handler's honesty revealed what other celebrities desperately try to hide. She described feeling like she was poisoning herself for vanity and warned her followers about the hidden dangers of rapid weight loss drugs. Her transformation photos show dramatic facial changes that she openly attributes to what she now calls the worst decision I ever made for my body. What makes Handler's confession particularly powerful is her detailed description of the recovery process. She revealed that stopping the medication didn't immediately reverse the side effects, and she's still dealing with digestive issues and energy problems months later. Her experience suggests that the consequences of these drugs may be longer lasting than celebrities realize. Lizzo, the queen of self-love and body acceptance, shocked the world when paparazzi caught her looking dramatically different at a recent LA hotspot. The singer, who once told millions of followers to love themselves exactly as they are, suddenly appeared to have shed massive amounts of weight in an impossibly short time.
I've tried everything. It's just the science for me, calories in versus calories out. Ozempic works.
Social media erupted when the photos surfaced. Fans felt betrayed, with one viral comment reading, "So body positivity was just a brand?" The transformation wasn't just physical, it was ideological. Sources close to the singer claim she's been struggling with the backlash, torn between her public message and private battles with Hollywood's impossible standards. What makes this even more controversial is the timing. Industry insiders whisper that record label pressure and declining streaming numbers pushed her toward drastic measures. The same woman who preached self-acceptance allegedly turned to the very thing she once criticized others for using. But Lizzo's transformation pales in comparison to what's coming next. Hollywood legend John Goodman left fans genuinely concerned when recent photos showed a man they barely recognized.
A wise man's life is based around The United States of America is based on
The beloved actor, known for his larger-than-life presence both on and off-screen, appeared gaunt and hollow-faced at a private industry event. Attendees described being shocked by his appearance, with one anonymous guest saying they didn't even realize it was him until someone pointed it out. Goodman's transformation raises serious questions about the pressure even veteran actors face. At his age and with his established career, why risk everything for rapid weight loss? Sources suggest it wasn't vanity but desperation. Younger actors were getting roles he'd been considered for, and his agent allegedly suggested he modernize his look to stay competitive. The most disturbing part isn't just how different he looks, it's the reported health scares that followed. Multiple sources claim Goodman has experienced severe side effects that landed him in the ER twice, though his representatives have remained suspiciously silent. Friends are reportedly staging interventions, but the damage might already be done. Mindy Kaling has turned dodging questions into an art form.
I'm someone who, since I was 14 years old, on some kind of mission to look a certain way.
But her recent transformation is impossible to ignore. The writer and actress who once celebrated her curves now appears dramatically different, sparking intense speculation about her methods. During recent interviews, she's given vague answers about lifestyle changes and feeling healthier, but fans aren't buying it. What's particularly suspicious is the timeline. Industry professionals know that natural, sustainable weight loss takes time. But Kaling's transformation happened during the exact period she was filming a high-profile project with notoriously demanding beauty standards. Coincidence? Her social media posts from that time show carefully angled photos and strategic clothing choices that seem designed to hide her changing appearance. The real tea comes from former colleagues who describe a completely different Mindy behind the scenes. Gone was the confident woman who wrote about embracing imperfection, replaced by someone obsessed with appearance and constantly checking mirrors. Her transformation story is about more than physical change. It's about losing the authenticity that made her famous in the first place. James Corden's dramatic transformation coincided suspiciously with his career transition, but his explanations don't add up.
I've told myself and anyone that would listen that this is it, this is the year, I'm going on a diet, I'm going to lose a load of weight.
The former late-night host claims his weight loss came from walking and eating less, but the timeline and dramatic nature of his change suggests something far more extreme.
I mean, I've done every diet under the sun, Gail. I've done them all. I've done shake in the morning, shake in the evening, cabbage soup.
Medical experts who've analyzed his transformation photos point to classic signs of rapid pharmaceutical intervention. What makes this particularly controversial is Corden's history of being open about his struggles with weight and body image. He built part of his career on self-deprecating humor about his appearance, making his sudden silence on his dramatic transformation feel calculated and dishonest. Fans who related to his authenticity now feel betrayed by what appears to be a carefully crafted lie. Former colleagues from his talk show describe a completely different person during his final months. Gone was the energetic host who could film for hours, replaced by someone who needed frequent breaks and appeared exhausted by simple tasks. Production staff allegedly had to adjust filming schedules to accommodate his declining stamina, though none of this was made public at the time. The most damaging evidence comes from his own social media posts. A detailed analysis of his photos reveals dramatic facial changes that simply don't align with natural weight loss patterns. His transformation bears all the hallmarks of rapid pharmaceutical intervention, yet he continues to promote a narrative that medical professionals call medically implausible.
So is that what a woman has to do in the world, is lose weight to get attention?
The actress built an entire brand around her weight loss journey, promoting natural methods and lifestyle changes, but investigative reports revealed a completely different story. Multiple sources connected to Wilson's medical team allegedly confirmed her use of weight loss medications, directly contradicting her public narrative. The most damaging revelations came from her own timeline inconsistencies. Wilson claimed her transformation took over a year of dedicated work, but photo evidence suggests the most dramatic changes occurred in just a few months, during a specific period when she was notably absent from public appearances. Medical professionals analyzing her transformation photos identified patterns consistent with rapid pharmaceutical intervention rather than the gradual lifestyle changes she promoted. What makes this particularly controversial is how Wilson monetized her false narrative. She launched fitness programs, wrote about her natural journey, and accepted endorsement deals based on a story that appears to be fundamentally dishonest. Fans who paid for her programs and followed her advice were unknowingly participating in what amounts to false advertising on a massive scale. The Australian entertainment industry has become increasingly vocal about Wilson's deception, with former co-workers describing dramatic personality changes and concerning behaviors during her transformation period. The woman who once celebrated body diversity and authenticity appears to have abandoned those principles entirely. Jonah Hill's transformation history reads like a medical case study in dangerous weight cycling. The actor's multiple dramatic changes over the years have raised serious concerns among health professionals who warn about the long-term consequences of extreme weight fluctuations. His latest transformation appears to be the most extreme yet, with sources close to Hill describing concerning behavioral changes and health scares. What's particularly alarming is the pattern. Each time Hill gains weight naturally, he appears to panic and resort to increasingly extreme measures to lose it rapidly. Industry insiders describe a cycle of pharmaceutical intervention followed by rebound weight gain, creating a dangerous pattern that medical experts warn could have fatal consequences. His appearance at recent events shows classic signs of someone whose body is struggling with repeated extreme interventions. Family members have reportedly attempted interventions, concerned about Hill's obsession with rapid transformation and apparent disregard for long-term health consequences. Friends describe someone who's become consumed with appearance and weight, constantly monitoring and adjusting his approach based on career pressures and public perception. The most disturbing aspect isn't just the physical transformation, but the psychological impact. Hill, once confident and self-deprecating about his appearance, now appears anxious and uncomfortable in public settings. His social media presence has become carefully curated, showing only strategic angles and professional photos that suggest someone deeply insecure about his natural appearance. Scott Disick's recent public appearances have fans genuinely worried about his health and well-being. The reality TV personality, once known for his youthful appearance and party lifestyle, now looks dramatically older and more gaunt than his actual age. Paparazzi photos from recent events show sunken cheeks and a hollow appearance that has sparked intense speculation about his methods. What's particularly concerning is the speed of Disick's transformation. Sources close to the Kardashian family describe dramatic changes that occurred over just a few months, coinciding with increased pressure to maintain relevance in the family's media empire. His appearance on recent episodes of their reality show required significant makeup work to hide the most dramatic effects of his transformation. Family members, particularly Kourtney Kardashian, are reportedly concerned about Disick's health and the example he's setting for their children. Multiple sources describe tense conversations about his appearance and behavior, with family interventions attempted but unsuccessful. The man who once prided himself on his appearance now appears to be a victim of his own vanity. The most disturbing reports come from friends who describe personality changes and erratic behavior that coincide with his physical transformation. Disick, once social and outgoing, has reportedly become withdrawn and anxious, avoiding social situations where his appearance might be scrutinized. His transformation represents more than physical change. It's become a complete lifestyle disruption. Jessica Simpson's aggressive denials about her transformation methods have only intensified speculation about what she's really doing behind closed doors. The singer and entrepreneur's social media posts promoting hard work and discipline ring hollow when compared to the dramatic and rapid nature of her physical changes. Fitness professionals analyzing her transformation timeline describe results that would be virtually impossible through natural methods alone. What makes Simpson's situation particularly controversial is her history of honest discussion about weight struggles. She previously shared genuine stories about post-pregnancy challenges and body image issues, building trust with fans who related to her authenticity. Her current narrative feels like a betrayal of that trust, promoting unrealistic expectations for women struggling with similar issues. Behind-the-scenes sources describe a completely different reality than Simpson's public image suggests. Former staff members reportedly witnessed concerning behaviors, including obsessive weighing, extreme food restrictions, and mood swings that required schedule adjustments. The woman who once celebrated body positivity appears to have become consumed with achieving an impossible standard. The most damaging evidence comes from her own social media analytics. Fans have documented timeline inconsistencies and suspicious gaps in her posting schedule that align perfectly with periods of dramatic physical change. Her transformation photos show classic markers of pharmaceutical intervention, yet she continues to promote a narrative that medical professionals describe as misleading and potentially dangerous for her followers. Sharon Osbourne's public admission about her weight loss medication experience sent shockwaves through Hollywood, but her detailed description of the consequences should terrify anyone considering the same path. The television personality revealed that she lost control of her weight loss, dropping to a dangerously low weight that left her looking skeletal and feeling constantly ill.
At one point, I was 230.
Osbourne's honest account includes details that other celebrities desperately try to hide. She described being unable to eat, constant nausea that interfered with her work, and a complete loss of energy that affected her ability to function normally. Most disturbingly, she revealed that stopping the medication didn't immediately reverse the effects, leaving her struggling to regain weight and normal eating patterns. What makes Osbourne's confession particularly powerful is her description of the psychological impact. She admitted that the rapid transformation became addictive, even as it was clearly damaging her health. The medication's appetite suppression effects made it impossible to maintain normal eating habits, creating a dangerous cycle that required medical intervention to break. Her experience reveals the dark side of pharmaceutical weight loss that other celebrities refuse to discuss. Osbourne's willingness to share the unglamorous reality serves as a warning, but her story also demonstrates how even experienced celebrities can lose control when pursuing rapid transformation. Her ongoing health struggles suggest that the consequences of these drugs may be longer lasting than anyone realizes. Amy Schumer's brief experience with weight loss medication revealed perhaps the most heartbreaking consequence of Hollywood's transformation obsession: how it affects celebrities' ability to parent. The comedian's honest confession that the medication left her too ill to play with her son exposed the real cost of pursuing rapid weight loss for career purposes. Schumer's detailed account of side effects, including severe nausea, fatigue, and mood changes, painted a picture of someone whose pursuit of physical transformation came at the expense of everything that truly mattered. Her description of being unable to engage with her child because of medication side effects should serve as a wake-up call to other celebrity parents considering similar paths.
I hate Ozempic. You had a horrible experience with it, right?
I have this gene, GDF15, which makes you extremely prone to nausea.
What makes Schumer's story particularly powerful is her decision to prioritize her family over her appearance. Unlike other celebrities who continue using these medications, despite severe side effects, Schumer chose to stop treatment and accept her natural body rather than sacrifice her ability to be present for her son. Her choice represents a rare moment of sanity in Hollywood's appearance-obsessed culture. Her advocacy against celebrity pharmaceutical culture has made her a target for industry pressure, but Schumer continues to speak out about the dangers she witnessed firsthand. Her message to other parents in the industry is clear: no career benefit is worth sacrificing your ability to be present for your children. Her story demonstrates that the real transformation celebrities need is in their priorities, not their appearance. Oprah Winfrey's admission that she's using weight loss medication represents perhaps the most shocking betrayal in celebrity transformation culture. The media mogul who built an empire partly on authentic discussions about weight struggles and body acceptance has now joined the very trend she once criticized. Her revelation has exposed the hypocrisy at the heart of celebrity wellness culture. What makes Oprah's situation particularly controversial scandal is her history of promoting dangerous diet culture while positioning herself as a voice of wisdom and authenticity. For decades, she shared her weight struggles with audiences who trusted her honesty, building a brand based on relatability and genuine experience. Her turn to pharmaceutical intervention feels like an abandonment of everything she once represented. Industry reactions have been swift and brutal.
I am a powerful manifester.
Critics point out that Oprah has the resources for the safest possible medical supervision, luxury that isn't available to the millions of fans who look to her for guidance. Her decision to join Hollywood's pharmaceutical trend while maintaining her platform as a wellness authority creates a dangerous mixed message for vulnerable audiences. The most damaging aspect isn't just her personal choice, but how she's influenced the broader conversation around these medications. Oprah's endorsement has legitimized pharmaceutical weight loss in ways that medical professionals warn could lead to widespread misuse. Her platform reaches millions of people who trust her judgment, making her responsibility for the consequences particularly heavy. Kourtney Kardashian, whose mysterious transformation exposes the ultimate hypocrisy in celebrity wellness culture. The reality star who built her brand on holistic health, natural living, and authentic wellness has undergone a dramatic physical change that contradicts everything she publicly promotes. Her cryptic responses to direct questions and carefully curated social media presence suggest someone hiding a secret that could destroy her credibility. What makes Kourtney's situation the most egregious is how she monetizes her wellness brand while potentially engaging in the very practices she condemns. Her lifestyle company promotes expensive natural supplements and organic products to audiences seeking authentic health solutions, making any deception about her own methods particularly damaging to her customers' trust and financial investment. The evidence against her natural transformation claims is overwhelming. Medical professionals analyzing her photos identify changes consistent with pharmaceutical intervention, while the timeline of her transformation coincides suspiciously with periods of reduced public appearances. Her family members' varying responses to questions about her methods suggest internal conflict about maintaining the deception. Industry insiders describe growing tension within the Kardashian family about Kourtney's approach. Sources claim other family members are concerned about the contradiction between her public brand and private choices, particularly as it affects the family's overall credibility. Her transformation represents not just personal deception, but potential fraud against customers who trust her wellness expertise. The most damaging aspect is how Kourtney's deception affects vulnerable audiences seeking genuine health solutions. Her influence reaches millions of people struggling with body image and wellness issues, making her responsibility for honest representation particularly significant. Her mysterious transformation and evasive responses suggest someone who knows the truth would destroy everything she's built.
It's kind of at this point eating me alive. And it's not, and I had to really think about it. I just want it to be on my terms when I was ready.
Influencer Remi Bader's experience with Ozempic wasn't just bad. It was a total medical nightmare that landed her in the hospital. She spoke out about it, describing how she was vomiting every single day, making it impossible to live a normal life. But here's where it gets even worse. After she had to stop taking the drug, her binge eating disorder came back, and it was more severe than ever before.
So it doesn't work when you get off of it.
I gained double the weight back after.
Think about that for a second. The one thing that was supposed to help her get control actually made everything worse. Her health got so bad that she was left with only one choice: to get bariatric surgery. Remi's journey is a huge warning. It shows that for some people, these drugs aren't a simple fix. They can kick off a chain reaction of health problems that are far more serious than the weight itself. Her story is terrifying, but what happens when a celebrity decides to take matters into their own hands and ignore the dosage rules completely? This is the story that should probably scare anyone thinking about misusing these drugs. Australian PR expert Roxy wanted to lose 15 kg, and she wanted to do it fast.
I'm going to be skinny.
Yes.
No matter what.
So she made a decision that almost turned fatal. She took 4 times the prescribed dose of Ozempic. The side effects were brutal. She had uncontrollable vomiting and symptoms that looked like seizures as doctors tried to get her stable. Her body was in crisis, all because she was desperate for faster results.
So, of course, I bought it. I tried it. I took 1.8 hit, which was 4 times the amount in the first go.
Since then, she's become a huge critic of the drug, warning people about the dangers. Her story is the ultimate proof that this isn't some harmless beauty product. It's a powerful medication that can be incredibly dangerous if you don't respect it. Roxy risked her own life just to lose weight, and it's a risk she almost lost. While she suffered from taking too much, others found that even the right amount can cause unexpected and painful problems. Most people hear about nausea when it comes to these drugs, but Jennifer Fessler from The Real Housewives had a totally different and really painful side effect.
And I did lose a lot of weight. I took peptides that I don't know if you've heard of, medications associated with that.
Her use of a weight loss drug led to her being hospitalized for something you don't hear about much, a severely impacted bowel. This is a serious and dangerous condition that happened because she didn't follow her doctor's advice about drinking enough water and getting enough fiber while on the medication. Sure, she lost 22 pounds, dropping from 180 to 158, but the price she paid was an emergency medical situation that could have been completely avoided. Her story is a big reality check. These drugs aren't magic. They come with a strict set of rules, and if you ignore them, you could end up with major health issues. It shows that sometimes the shortcuts we take to look better can end up hurting our bodies in ways we never expected. And speaking of unexpected outcomes, what about when the drug just stops working?
That is a supply that you wish you had.
For every celebrity who praises these drugs, there's another one who can tell you how it all went wrong. Dolores Catania, also from The Real Housewives, had a journey that shows this miracle can fail big time. At first, it seemed to be working. She lost 20 pounds on Ozempic and Mounjaro and was happy with the results. But then, her dream situation turned into a huge problem. She said that Mounjaro just stopped working for her, and she gained all 20 pounds right back.
I'm having a really hard time right now. My Mounjaro stopped working. I gained 20 pounds.
What?
What?
It was like all her progress was erased in a flash. To make things even tougher, she had to have heart surgery, which got in the way of her treatment. Her experience tells a big truth that many don't want to hear. For a lot of people, these results don't last. The second the drug is stopped or loses its effect, the weight can come right back. Dolores' story pulls back the curtain on the idea that this is an easy, one-time fix. You would think that being one of the greatest athletes in history would make you immune to Hollywood's impossible body standards.
I literally tried everything. I mean, running, walking, biking, stair climber, like you name it, I did it.
But Serena Williams' story proves that no one is safe from this pressure. After retiring from her legendary tennis career, Serena embarked on a weight loss journey that shocked the world. Not because she transformed, but because of how she did it. She openly admitted to using the GLP-1 medication Zepbound to lose 31 pounds. The most stunning part of her confession was her reason. She said she couldn't reach a healthy weight even when she was training for 5 hours every single day. Think about that. A world-class athlete with unmatched discipline and access to the best trainers on the planet still felt that traditional fitness wasn't enough. Her story was a bombshell that exposed the brutal limitations of diet and exercise when faced with biological plateaus. It highlighted a truth many celebrities try to hide. Sometimes, even maximum effort can't deliver the results the industry demands. Serena's honesty framed her transformation not as an act of vanity, but as a necessary medical step, revealing just how deeply these drugs have become integrated into the highest levels of society. Her story is shocking, but what happens when the changes are so extreme they spark genuine alarm?
And there is something very important that we need to do as soon as possible.
For decades, Nicole Kidman has been a pillar of Hollywood elegance, but her recent appearances at award shows have been sparking alarm instead of admiration. The 57-year-old actress has appeared on red carpets looking so incredibly skinny that it has become a major topic of conversation among fans and medical experts alike. Sources have noted her very taut face, but what truly caused widespread concern was her frame, with her spine and shoulder bones visibly protruding in a way that many found deeply unsettling. This drastic change has led to widespread speculation that her appearance is the result of a combination of interventions, with weight loss drugs like Ozempic being the likely primary cause. The visual evidence strongly suggests a rapid and extreme reduction in body mass, something that is incredibly difficult to achieve naturally, especially at her age. Kidman's transformation raises serious questions about the lengths to which A-list actresses must go to maintain their place in an industry that remains notoriously unforgiving about aging.
It's hard, the industry, because you're constantly already, even at a young age, comparing yourself.
Nicole Scherzinger has always been known for her incredible physique, but her appearance at the Tony Awards left viewers doing a double take for all the wrong reasons. The Cat Doll's frontwoman showed up with hollowed cheeks and a dramatically changed facial structure, classic signs of a rapid and significant weight loss that medical experts were quick to point out. The timing of her transformation was particularly suspicious, as it coincided with the immense pressure of her career and a demanding Broadway schedule, a world where physical perfection medication is often a non-negotiable part of the job. Experts suggested that she might have used a weight loss drug like Ozempic, as her new look mirrored the telltale signs that have become synonymous with the medication. Her case highlights a growing trend among performers who operate at the highest levels of the entertainment industry. When faced with the grueling demands of live theater and the constant scrutiny of the public eye, many are allegedly turning to these injections as a way to maintain a camera-ready appearance. Scherzinger's transformation is a stark reminder that behind the standing ovations and rave reviews, there often lies a secret struggle to meet impossible standards. But the physical change is only half the story. For some, the mental toll is even more severe.
I'm one of those people who's always had a weight issue, and now that I'm a size large instead of an XL or a 2XL.
Perhaps one of the most dramatic and brutally honest transformations of 2025 came from Rosie O'Donnell, who lost over 50 pounds using Mounjaro. But her story isn't about celebrating weight loss. It's a terrifying look at the psychological damage that can follow such a rapid change. Rosie candidly admitted to suffering from body dysmorphia, revealing the deeply unsettling fact that she can no longer recognize herself when she looks in the mirror. This psychological toll is a side effect that many celebrities refuse to discuss, but Rosie's honesty has shed a crucial light on the mental anguish that can accompany such a drastic physical transformation. The change was so extreme that it coincided with her relocation to Ireland, a move that some reports claim was a way for her to hide from the public eye, while her body underwent these major changes. Her journey reveals that losing a massive amount of weight doesn't automatically lead to happiness or self-acceptance.
Everybody can buy it. Men or women, any age, any size. It's not like fashion. Beauty's for everyone.
The weight loss drug phenomenon isn't just confined to actors and singers. It has firmly taken hold in the world of models and social media influencers, where appearance is everything. Elle Ferguson's transformation, for instance, perfectly aligns with a disturbing pattern of Australian social media personalities who reportedly gain access to these medications through medical tourism. While specific details about her use are limited, her rapid change fits the mold of those who travel to obtain the drugs with fewer questions asked. Meanwhile, male model Jordan Barrett's transformation has been even more alarming. His extreme thinness and significant facial changes have sparked a wave of concern on social media, with many commenters noting that he appears to be just skin and bones. The speculation around him involves a combination of cosmetic procedures and potential weight loss medication use. Together, their stories represent how this trend has infiltrated the influencer class, a world where likes and brand deals are directly tied to maintaining a specific and now dangerously thin aesthetic.
Everybody thinks it's Ozempic. It's not. It's something else. But it's something that aids in helping break down the sugar. Obviously, my body doesn't do it right.
Kelly Clarkson's stunning 50-plus pound weight loss became a massive topic of speculation, but her story adds a new, concerning layer to the conversation. For a long time, she remained silent as rumors swirled, but eventually, she clarified that she did use a medication to help her, though one different from Ozempic. What makes her case particularly interesting is the reason she started. Kelly revealed that her doctor had been chasing her for 2 years to try the medication, pushing her to use it as a solution for her health and weight, which had peaked at 203 pounds. Her transformation happened to coincide with her move to New York and other lifestyle changes, but the fact that it was doctor-prescribed and persistently recommended helps normalize the use of these powerful drugs as a primary, go-to solution rather than a last resort.
When I was bigger, if they had Ozempic, I probably would have tried it because I tried any other thing.
When it comes to the Kardashians, cosmetic and body transformations are practically part of the family brand. However, Khloé Kardashian found herself at the center of the Ozempic controversy, and her response only added fuel to the fire. Despite her dramatic appearance changes in 2023 and 2024, she has consistently denied ever using the drug. But it was one candid admission that made her denials ring hollow for many fans. Khloé openly expressed regret that a drug like Ozempic wasn't around 10 years ago. When she first began her major weight loss journey, this statement was a bombshell. How can you deny using a product while simultaneously wishing you had access to it sooner? For critics and skeptical fans, this was all the proof they needed. It framed her not as someone who disapproves of the method, but as someone who simply missed the opportunity to use it. Her comment validates the drug's appeal and positions it as a desirable, even enviable tool for transformation, completely undermining her claims of achieving her physique through natural hard work alone. It's a classic case of celebrity hypocrisy that has only intensified the speculation surrounding her.
And I feel bad that, it's made anyone feel horrible about themselves.
But that's not my job.
In today's climate of suspicion, Adele's incredible 100-pound weight loss has become an anomaly, a transformation so significant that people refuse to believe it was natural. Despite persistent speculation and endless rumors that she must have used Ozempic, the singer has maintained that her results were achieved the old-fashioned way, through grueling, intensive exercise. Her regimen was intense, reportedly involving workouts 2 to 3 times a day over a 2-year period. Yet, even with this clear explanation, the Ozempic accusations continue to follow her. Her story is a fascinating case study in how the cultural narrative has completely shifted. Just a few years ago, her journey would have been celebrated as the pinnacle of discipline and hard work. Now, it's viewed with deep skepticism. The fact that a natural transformation of this magnitude is no longer seen as plausible shows just how normalized these weight loss drugs have become. The public is so convinced that every celebrity is using a shortcut that they can no longer recognize or believe in genuine effort. Adele's experience proves that in the age of Ozempic, you're suspect no matter what you do. And she isn't the only one fighting these accusations.
She actually said, why don't you do a semaglutide, which is Ozempic. So I did that.
Emily Simpson from The Real Housewives of Orange County found herself in the middle of a social media storm that perfectly illustrates how toxic the conversation around Ozempic has become. Emily combined Ozempic use with liposuction, which created this dramatic transformation that made her look completely different. The changes to Emily's face were really striking. She went from having a fuller, rounder face to developing this more angular and drawn appearance. Her cheeks lost volume, her jawline became more pronounced, and overall she looked older and more tired than before her weight loss journey. It's that classic Ozempic face that medical experts keep warning about. The comments on her social media were brutal, with people saying she looked unrecognizable and criticizing her for not being honest from the beginning. Emily eventually revealed that she no longer looks at the scale because of how the criticism affected her. Emily's transformation highlights how combining multiple weight loss methods can amplify the facial changes. The liposuction removed fat from her body, while the Ozempic caused rapid overall weight loss, including facial volume. When you attack fat loss from multiple angles simultaneously, your face often bears the brunt because facial fat is some of the first to go and the hardest to restore naturally.
I blacked out. I don't know how it happened. I wish you had said that in the moment because it caused so much damage.
Heather Gay from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City represents something unique about the Ozempic phenomenon that most celebrities won't talk about. Heather lost between 20 to 30 pounds using Ozempic, which might not sound massive compared to others, but even this relatively modest weight loss created noticeable facial changes. Her face became more angular, her jawline more pronounced, and she developed that slightly hollowed look that's become the signature of rapid weight loss from these medications. What makes Heather's case so compelling is her brutal honesty about the results. In multiple interviews, Heather has talked about feeling less confident after losing weight. She's said that her pre-Ozempic self was braver and stronger. This is the complete opposite of what you'd expect to hear from someone who successfully lost weight. Heather has described feeling like she's sold out by using the medication, and she's talked about how body positivity was all a big lie in her experience. This is coming from someone who was previously an advocate for self-acceptance. The fact that she felt pressured to use Ozempic despite her previous beliefs shows just how powerful Hollywood pressure really is. Heather has talked about how her personality actually changed after the weight loss. She feels like the version of herself that existed before Ozempic was more authentic and confident. There's something disturbing about it that can make you feel like you've lost part of your identity, along with the weight.
I had absolutely no idea that when I was going to open up about my semaglutide weight loss journey.
Gigi Gharachedaghi from Shaws of Sunset presents an interesting case because she's been very defensive about her Ozempic use while simultaneously acknowledging that societal pressure influenced her decision. Gigi dropped from 138 pounds to 110 pounds, which might not sound extreme until you realize that's a 20% reduction in her total body weight achieved very rapidly. Gigi has claimed that she avoided Ozempic face because she regularly uses fillers and Botox, which is actually a telling statement. Think about what she's really saying here. She had to use cosmetic procedures to prevent the negative effects of her weight loss medication. That's not exactly a ringing endorsement for how healthy this transformation was. Even with the preventative cosmetic work, Gigi's face still became significantly more angular, and her overall appearance changed dramatically. She went from having a softer, more rounded facial structure to developing very sharp, pronounced features. The change is jarring when you compare recent photos to images from just a few years ago. What's particularly concerning about Gigi's situation is the weight she dropped to. At 110 pounds, she's at the very low end of what would be considered healthy for most women her height. The fact that she used medication to achieve this weight suggests that her body naturally wanted to be heavier. Gigi has been very open about refusing to hide her medication use, but she's also been dismissive of people who express concern about her transformation.
People think that I'm morbidly obese. They'll be like, it's a fact, you are obese.
But the next celebrity on our list took things to a completely different level. Barbie Ferreira from HBO's Euphoria represents one of the most shocking transformations in recent memory, especially considering her previous role as a body-positive advocate. The 27-year-old actress, who played the body-conscious teenager Kat Hernandez, underwent such a dramatic change that fans literally couldn't recognize her in new photos. Ferreira's weight loss was so extreme that social media exploded with speculation about Ozempic use. Comments flooded her Instagram with people saying things like, "Barbie Ferreira, hand me the F King Ozempic." The transformation photos went viral across multiple platforms, with fans describing her as unrecognizable. What makes Barbie's case particularly striking is how her face completely changed structure. Her once full, rounded features became sharp and angular. Her jawline became dramatically pronounced, her cheeks hollowed out, and her overall facial volume diminished significantly. The change was so dramatic that many people questioned whether it was actually the same person in recent photos. According to sources close to the actress, she lost the weight to revitalize her career and better highlight her talents after leaving Euphoria. The transformation was described as a way of saying, "Hey, this is me now," essentially rebranding herself for different types of roles beyond the body-conscious character she was known for. While she hasn't confirmed medication use, the rapid and extreme nature of the change fits the pattern we've seen with other celebrity Ozempic transformations.
I mean, there is a skinnier person inside of me.
This is your revenge dress for Sugar Bear's wedding.
It's like...
Mama June Shannon from Here Comes Honey Boo Boo and From Not to Hot has one of the most complex transformation stories on this list. After initially losing over 300 pounds through gastric sleeve surgery, June looked amazing and seemed to have her life together. But then her daughter's cancer diagnosis hit, and the stress caused her to regain between 120 to 130 pounds. Instead of working with therapists or nutritionists to address the emotional eating, June turned to semaglutide injections as a quick fix. The problem is that using Ozempic after massive weight loss surgery creates this weird yo-yo effect on your face and skin. Your body has already been through one extreme transformation, and now you're putting it through another one. The results were honestly hard to look at. June's face went through dramatic changes where it would look fuller when she gained weight back, then suddenly become hollow and saggy when the Ozempic kicked in. The loose skin from her previous surgery combined with the facial volume loss from rapid weight loss created this aged, almost deflated appearance. What makes this even more troubling is that June documented a lot of this journey on social media. You could literally watch her face change week by week. The comments from fans were mixed, with many expressing genuine concern about her health rather than celebrating the weight loss. People were saying things like, "She's unrecognizable and this doesn't look healthy."
If you are on a weight loss injection medication, that it's Ozempic.
Tori Spelling's transformation is particularly striking because she's been in the public eye for decades, so we have a clear baseline for comparison. At 51, Tori tried Ozempic first, but when that didn't work for her, she switched to Mounjaro, which is an even stronger medication in the same family. The results were dramatic and honestly quite concerning. Tori's naturally round, youthful face became angular and gaunt. Her cheekbones became pronounced in a way that made her look significantly older than her actual age. The volume loss around her eyes and temples created this hollow appearance that was particularly aging. What makes Tori's case especially shocking is the comment she made about her own children not being able to recognize her in old episodes of Beverly Hills 90210. Think about how extreme a transformation has to be for your own kids to not recognize you in footage from your most famous role. That's not just weight loss. That's a fundamental change in how someone looks. The fact that regular Ozempic didn't work for her and she had to switch to an even stronger medication suggests that her body was resistant to these interventions. When someone needs increasingly powerful medications to achieve weight loss, it often indicates they're fighting against their natural biology. Tori's appearance on Dancing with the Stars showcased just how dramatic the transformation was. Viewers who hadn't seen her in a while were genuinely shocked by how different she looked. The angular facial structure and volume loss made her appear almost skeletal in some camera angles. The aging effect of her transformation is particularly notable because Tori was already dealing with natural changes that come with being in your 50s. The rapid facial volume loss amplified these age-related changes, making her look older than she would have naturally. But the top 3 transformations on our list are about to get much more shocking.
But I went up on the Ozempic this week and I had a spray tan and I got new teeth done for you.
Coming in at number 3, we have Robbie Williams, and his transformation has been so dramatic that medical experts are specifically citing him as one of the most prominent examples of Ozempic face among male celebrities. This is significant because men typically don't experience facial volume loss as severely as women. Robbie, the 50-year-old British singer and former Take That member, used what he described as something like Ozempic for weight loss, and the results were shocking. His face became dramatically longer and more drawn, with significant hollowing under his eyes and cheeks. The changes were so pronounced that he looked like a completely different person. Dr. Sue DeCotius, a medical expert who has studied these transformations, specifically told the Mail he looks like a totally different person. He has a longer face, which means the weight loss is definitely making him look very drawn. When medical professionals are singling out your transformation as an example of what can go wrong, that's a serious red flag. What makes Robbie's case particularly concerning is that men typically have more facial fat and muscle mass than women, which usually provides protection against the gaunt appearance these medications can cause. The fact that even with these natural advantages, Robbie still developed such severe facial changes suggests his weight loss was extremely rapid and dramatic.
Like a little side by side too, and it's like, oh, that's like, what a sweet.
Christina Aguilera's recent transformation has generated some of the most concerned fan reactions we've seen in this entire Ozempic trend. Looking at recent photos of the 44-year-old Grammy-winning pop star, it's easy to understand why people are genuinely worried for her health. While Christina hasn't officially confirmed Ozempic use, the timing and nature of her dramatic weight loss, combined with the specific facial changes she's experiencing, strongly suggest involvement with these medications. The transformation has been so rapid and extreme that it's generated serious concern across social media platforms. The changes to Christina's face are genuinely alarming. Recent photos show her with sunken eyes, prominent cheekbones, and what fans are describing as a skeletal facial structure. Her once full, youthful face has become gaunt and angular in a way that makes her look dramatically older and, frankly, unwell. The volume loss around her temples and under her eyes has created this hollow appearance that's characteristic of severe Ozempic face. What makes Christina's case particularly troubling is how rapid the change has been. Comparing photos from just 2 years ago to recent appearances shows a transformation so dramatic that some people question whether it's actually the same person. This kind of rapid facial change doesn't happen naturally. It's typically the result of very aggressive weight loss methods.
It was the worst decision I ever made. So if this is a warning to anyone, please, if you're thinking...
Taking the #1 spot is Lottie Moss. And her story is honestly the most disturbing example of how dangerous the Ozempic trend has become. Lottie, Kate Moss's 26-year-old half-sister and a model herself, didn't just experience Ozempic face, she ended up in the hospital with seizures after what she now calls the worst decision I ever made. Here's what happened. Lottie obtained Ozempic through unofficial channels and was taking a dosage meant for people weighing over 220 pounds while she only weighed around 110 pounds. That's like taking medication designed for someone twice your size. In just 2 weeks, she dropped from 132 pounds to 116 pounds, which is an incredibly dangerous rate of weight loss. The physical changes during this period were shocking. Her face became severely hollowed, with her cheekbones jutting out dramatically and her eyes appearing sunken into her skull. She looked skeletal and aged far beyond her 26 years. Photos from this period show someone who appeared genuinely ill, not someone who had achieved healthy weight loss. Lottie has been brutally honest about her experience, documenting it on her Dream On podcast. She described the whole ordeal as terrifying and warned other people not to make the same mistake. The seizures were caused by severe dehydration, a known side effect that becomes dangerous when combined with rapid weight loss. What makes Lottie's case even more disturbing is that she's young and was already thin before starting the medication. At 26, she should have been able to handle side effects better than someone older, and her starting weight was already healthy. The fact that even a young, healthy person experienced such severe complications shows how dangerous these medications can be when misused.
Got me out of a deal I made for 11 records for $9,000.
Lana Del Rey became another prime target for Ozempic speculation after she lost a noticeable 50 pounds throughout 2024. As photos of her slimmer figure began to circulate, social media was immediately flooded with claims that she must have jumped on the weight loss drug bandwagon. However, as fitness experts began to analyze her transformation, a different story emerged. They noted that unlike many who use these drugs and lose both fat and muscle, Lana had maintained significant muscle mass, which strongly suggested her weight loss was the result of consistent and dedicated strength training, not medication. The narrative was further bolstered by an interesting detail. Her transformation coincided with her training at the same gym as Taylor Swift, a place known for its rigorous and effective workout programs. Lana's case has become a key counter-argument in the Ozempic debate, demonstrating that it is still possible to achieve dramatic results through hard work. Her story serves as a crucial reminder to look beyond the initial shock of a transformation and examine the physical evidence before jumping to conclusions about pharmaceutical intervention. Sometimes, though, it's not the evidence but the timing that creates the suspicion.
In terms of my weight?
Yeah, like view in a different way.
I mean, it's crazy that I had that concern.
Sometimes getting healthy at the wrong time can make you a target. That's exactly what happened to Breaking Bad actor Jesse Plemons, whose 50-pound weight loss created automatic suspicion for one simple reason: its timing. His transformation coincided perfectly with Ozempic's surge in Hollywood, leading the public to immediately connect the dots and assume he was using the drug. However, Plemons clarified that his results were due to intermittent fasting, a popular but entirely natural dietary method. He even expressed his frustration with the situation, complaining about the unfortunate timing of his decision to get healthy right when the Ozempic craze was exploding. His experience resonated with many and highlighted a new frustrating reality where the cultural obsession with these drugs creates false narratives around those who are genuinely putting in the work.
So I wanted to be like fun and edgy, so like black tie mixed with like a little crop top.
Tori Spelling's weight loss journey is a shocking look into how celebrities are treating powerful pharmaceuticals like items on a cosmetic menu. The Beverly Hills star's transformation after her 5th child became a case study in medication switching and a blatant disregard for medical consistency. She openly admitted that she first tried Ozempic, but when it didn't work for her, she simply had her doctor switch her to Mounjaro, which proved to be more effective. Using Mounjaro, she successfully dropped from 160 to 120 pounds. But the most alarming part of her story came next. She decided to discontinue the medication in January 2024, not for health reasons, but because she was afraid of losing too much weight. This casual, trial and error approach to potent diabetes drugs reveals a complete lack of medical seriousness. She treated these medications like skincare products, hopping from one to the next until she found something that worked, and then stopping on a whim. Her story exposes a dangerous level of normalization and a stunning lack of supervision in how Hollywood's elite are using these drugs. This casual attitude has become so common. It's even led to public call-outs.
Diet and exercise recently, but over the summer I really made a very conscious decision.
The Real Housewives star Kyle Richards found herself in the middle of a firestorm of Ozempic speculation after she posted photos revealing a dramatic weight loss and a visible ribcage. Fans immediately accused her of using the drug, but Richards launched a campaign of vehement denial, going to great lengths to explain her new lifestyle. She detailed her strict regimen of no alcohol, no sugar, and no carbs, combined with a high-protein diet, which she claimed was solely responsible for her dropping from 132 to 117 pounds. However, despite her detailed explanations and consistent denials, a large portion of her fan base remained deeply skeptical. The visual evidence was so dramatic that many found it hard to believe it could be achieved naturally in such a short period.
It's good. Thank you, baby.
You do. You look great.
Yeah.
How you staying in shape these days?
Well, that's Ozempic.
Comedian Tracy Morgan's relationship with Ozempic has been a roller coaster of honest admissions and bizarre comedic deflections. Initially, he was upfront about using the drug for his diabetes, even joking on talk shows that it had cut his appetite in half. However, when the results didn't seem to match expectations, his story took a strange turn. He started claiming that he had out-eaten the medication and had actually gained 40 pounds while on it. This led to a flurry of headlines and confusion, but he later admitted that his comments were just a joke. This back and forth reveals the complex and often uncomfortable relationship many celebrities have with publicly discussing their use of these drugs. When the reality of his journey became less than glamorous, Morgan resorted to humor as a defense mechanism, a way to mask his struggles and deflect from serious discussion. His story is a powerful example of how comedy can be used as a shield in Hollywood, allowing stars to control the narrative around a sensitive topic without having to confront the often disappointing or complicated truth. But while some use humor, others are using their platform to advocate for the
One of the things that's helped me drop the weight is the Mounjaro.
Whoopi Goldberg's transformation using Mounjaro did more than just change her appearance. It brought the entire weight loss drug conversation to the forefront of mainstream television. The View co-host, who had reached a peak weight of 300 pounds, revealed that the medication helped her lose the weight of almost 2 people. But more importantly, she used her prominent platform to advocate for an end to the judgment surrounding these medications. Because her use was framed as a medical necessity to manage her diabetes, it provided a layer of legitimacy to the broader conversation, shifting the narrative from pure vanity to one of health and wellness. Whoopi's candid discussions on a major network talk show helped to destigmatize the use of these drugs for millions of viewers. By positioning it as a valid medical tool, she has played a significant role in normalizing what was once a whispered secret, making it a more acceptable and open topic of discussion in households across America. And she's not the only longtime TV personality defending this new trend. The current Ozempic craze may seem unprecedented, but Hollywood has a long history of celebrities turning to extreme medical interventions for weight loss. The journeys of AL Roker and Gabourey and AL are powerful reminders of this. Sidibe underwent laparoscopic bariatric surgery back in 2016, a decision driven by her diabetes diagnosis, which led to a 150-pound transformation. Similarly, Today Show host AL Roker achieved his dramatic 150-pound weight loss through gastric bypass surgery, not Ozempic. While their methods were surgical rather than pharmaceutical, their stories demonstrate the lengths stars will go to for their health and careers. What's most telling, however, is how the conversation has evolved. Roker has become a vocal defender of those using Ozempic, stating that he won't judge anybody for it because eating addiction is unlike any other addiction.
It's cruel, it's unjust, there's violence and unpleasantness, but it's also majestic, utterly beautiful and incredibly.
British actor Stephen Fry was one of the earliest adopters of Ozempic, and his experience serves as a horrifying look at the risks of being a guinea pig for Hollywood's new favorite drug. His early experiment ended in absolute disaster. As the side effects were so severe, he was left vomiting up to 5 times a day. His story reveals how celebrities often gain access to experimental treatments long before they become mainstream, taking on immense personal risk in the process. While he initially saw astonishing results, the debilitating side effects quickly became unbearable, forcing him to discontinue the treatment entirely. Fry's journey as an early adopter is a crucial cautionary tale. It exposes the dangerous reality behind the glamour, where the pressure to be on the cutting edge of body transformation can lead stars to try powerful drugs before the full spectrum of their consequences is widely understood. He paid a steep physical price for being ahead of the curve, and his story is a stark warning about the perils of untested trends. His story is just one of many that reveal the hidden dangers.
You know, Ozempic, I have to say, I know I'm going to get the backlash, is an incredible tool.
Caroline Stanbury didn't hide anything. The Dubai socialite openly bragged about using Ozempic on her podcast, calling it her secret weapon for staying slim in her late 40s. But her honesty revealed something darker than anyone expected. Within 4 months, Caroline dropped 25 pounds from an already thin frame. Her face changed so dramatically that fans started calling it the Dubai Hollow. At cast events, her co-stars Lisa Milan and Chanel Ayan reportedly pulled producers aside, expressing concern that she was becoming increasingly unrecognizable. But here's what really shocked people. Caroline treated the brutal side effects like they were funny Instagram content. She posted about throwing up after 1 glass of champagne at a Cartier event. She joked about forgetting to eat for 2 days straight. Food just seems so unnecessary now. She laughed on Instagram Live while thousands of concerned comments flooded in. The worst part came during a ladies' lunch that never aired. Sources say when Ayan asked if she was okay, Caroline ordered a $50 salad and didn't take a single bite. She just moved the leaves around her plate while talking about her upcoming fashion shoots. Medical experts who reviewed her public statements said what she described sounded like dangerous dosage levels. When someone already slim takes these shots, their body can reject even basic nutrition. But Caroline kept posting her Ozempic adventures like they were luxury vacations. Her transformation wasn't just physical, it became a warning about what happens when side effects become social media content and weight loss becomes more important than health itself.
Well, my ultimate goal is to basically lose 20 pounds, to get back to where I was last year.
Kandi Burruss built an empire on keeping it real. So when she admitted her Ozempic crisis on YouTube, Atlanta was shook. The Grammy winner didn't sugarcoat anything. She spent $1,200 a month for 3 months and didn't lose a single pound.
And I saw so many people that were trying it and they was losing weight. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. And I didn't lose any weight.
While her castmates were shrinking at every event, Kandi's body completely refused to respond. She even increased usage under doctor supervision, desperately waiting for the appetite suppression everyone raved about. Instead, she found herself at her family's restaurant, Old Lady Gang, ordering wings, mac and cheese, and peach cobbler like always. I kept waiting for food to disgust me, she explained in her viral video. Everyone said I wouldn't want to eat anymore, but there I was, taking these expensive shots and then driving straight through McDonald's. She even hired a special nutritionist for another $2,000 monthly, trying to optimize the drug's effects. But nothing worked. The psychological toll was brutal. At every Atlanta event, Kenya Moore looked smaller. Marlo Hampton showed up looking like she'd been photoshopped. And there was Kandi paying the same money, taking the same shots, watching everyone transform except her. Doctors later explained that 15 to 20% of people are non-responders to these medications. But in the housewives world, being a non-responder wasn't just bad luck, it was social failure.
Can you tell us what have you done for the newest version of you?
Oh my God, I work out now. I am fit scent now.
Cynthia Bailey spent decades on runways and magazine covers before joining Atlanta. So when whispers started that even the supermodel had tried Ozempic, the fashion world was stunned. The truth was more complicated than anyone guessed. In a September 2023 interview, Cynthia admitted she'd tried the shots for exactly 30 days. "I'm being transparent. I gave it a try, but I had to stop," she confessed. "The reason? I didn't like how it made me feel. It changed something inside me that scared me." For someone who'd built her entire career on natural beauty and confidence, the drug felt like betrayal of everything she represented. Cynthia described feeling disconnected from her body, like she was wearing someone else's skin. "I've been modeling since I was 18. I know my body. This made me feel like a stranger to myself." Fans claimed they could see the brief effects. Her already stunning cheekbones looked sharper, her famous smile seemed thinner. Photos from that month show a different Cynthia, one that even she didn't recognize. "I looked in the mirror and thought, who is that?" she revealed. Her decision to quit after just 30 days sent a powerful message. Here was a woman who'd competed with models half her age, who'd stayed runway ready for decades, saying the shortcut wasn't worth it. Cast members later revealed Cynthia warned them privately about the drug, calling it a deal with the devil. But while Cynthia chose health over Hollywood standards, another housewife went all in, proudly claiming her 35-pound loss until the backlash hit.
God, I hope a real good shakeup. You know that tornado that came through my neighborhood? I hope it comes through the show, honey.
Leanne Locken never did anything quietly, and her Ozempic journey was no exception. While others whispered and denied, she shouted from the rooftops, "Yes, I'm using it. Yes, I've lost 35 pounds. And yes, I look amazing." She called it her magic shot on social media, posting before and after photos that looked like two different people. In 6 months, the Dallas firecracker transformed from curvy to gaunt. She thought being honest would win her praise for transparency. Instead, it made her the poster child for going too far. Fans commented that the woman known for her bigger-than-life personality suddenly looked like she'd been shrunk in Photoshop. They pointed out that her trademark fierce expressions now appeared hollow, and her famous smile seemed stretched too thin across a newly angular face. What made it worse was how she defended it. "Jealousy is a disease," she'd reply to concerned comments. When a fan wrote they missed her old look, she blocked them. She started posting daily outfit photos with captions like, "Skinny feels better than food tastes." Behind the scenes, former castmates revealed Leanne had become obsessed with the number on the scale. She reportedly weighed herself multiple times during filming days, celebrating every lost pound on camera. Production grew concerned when she fainted during a particularly long shoot day in the Texas heat. Leanne's transformation shocked Dallas, but across the pond, a London socialite was about to take microdosing to a whole new level.
I like to sort of go from very, very natural with hardly anything on. You know, I think I look great without makeup, actually, probably more youthful.
Amanda Caroline Cronin might not be as famous as American Housewives, but in London's elite circles, she's royalty. So when she casually admitted to microdosing Ozempic like it was a vitamin, even the Brits were scandalized. Within 6 weeks, Amanda dropped 10 kilos. That's 22 pounds. Her goal? Fitting into runway samples meant for teenage models. "I only take tiny maintenance doses," she insisted on Instagram, like she was talking about skincare, just enough to stay sample size. But fans saw through the glamorous spin immediately. Her social media became what many viewers found to be a disturbing showcase of her shrinking. Monday, she's in Chanel Couture. Wednesday, she's in Dior samples that would have fit her 3 months ago. By Friday, she's posting swimsuit photos from her yacht, ribs visible through her designer bikini. What made Amanda's case especially alarming was how she normalized extreme thinness as high fashion. She'd post photos from fashion shows with captions like, "Finally small enough for the front row," and "Couture fits better at this size." She was literally shrinking herself to fit clothes instead of buying clothes that fit her. London's social scene started whispering. At charity galas, she'd arrive looking glamorous in borrowed runway pieces but wouldn't touch the 5-course dinners. Sources say she'd claim various allergies or dietary restrictions, but everyone knew the real reason. The maintenance doses had suppressed her appetite entirely.
I'm not perfect, but I'm damn good, Danny.
And
Karen Huger, Potomac's self-proclaimed grand dame, had an explanation ready when her dramatic weight loss became impossible to ignore. She said, "It's medical. I'm pre-diabetic. My doctor prescribed it. On paper, it sounded legitimate. On camera, it looked like something else entirely." Within one season, Karen transformed so drastically that production had to refilm her talking heads to match. The woman who'd commanded every room with her presence suddenly looked fragile. Her signature designer gowns, once form-fitting statements of power, now hung on her frame like expensive curtains. What made fans suspicious wasn't just the weight loss, it was the timing. Karen's transformation coincidentally happened right when cast members Giselle Bryant and Ashley Darby were also looking suspiciously slimmer. When confronted at the reunion, Karen stuck to her story, even bringing up her doctor's credentials. But viewers weren't buying it. Behind the scenes, sources revealed tension over the topic. Producers reportedly asked Karen to discuss her transformation on camera, knowing it would be a storyline. She refused, insisting her health was private. Yet she continued posting full-body photos on Instagram, hashtagging them healthy living and doctor's orders, sending mixed messages about privacy. But while Karen hid behind doctor's orders, our next Miami queen was caught on camera with a needle, and her excuse became instantly iconic.
Oh yeah, for me, it's been hard. It was very hard while I was filming, obviously.
The moment Bravo cameras caught Alexia Napola getting injections became reality TV gold. There she was, needle in arm, insisting they were just B12 fat-burning shots. The problem? She was transforming so fast. Even her closest friends were concerned. The change was so dramatic that fans created side-by-side comparisons that went viral on Twitter. B12 doesn't do that became the top comment on every post. Users pointed to a telltale hollowness in her face, arms that looked fragile, and the complete disappearance of her famous curves. What made the footage explosive wasn't just the needle, it was her aggressive denial. When castmate Lisa Hochstein questioned the injections on camera, Alexia got defensive, insisting vitamins could cause major weight loss. The scene became an instant meme, with fans calling it the least believable moment in Housewives history. The controversy exploded on social media. Doctors weighed in, explaining that B12 injections don't cause significant weight loss. Fans posted the clip everywhere with captions like, "Tell me you're on Ozempic without telling me you're on Ozempic." Even other housewives from different cities subtweeted about vitamin shots, clearly referencing the Miami drama. And if Alexia's denial became a meme, our next Beverly Hills diva faced speculation so intense. She blamed everything except the obvious.
Anytime that she would like to come on down and mix it up with us, I'm sure that we could unmask the ugly parts of her personality as well.
Erika Jayne's latest transformation had fans worried instead of wowed. Critics noted in just 3 months, the performer went from lush to lean. Her explanation was, it's menopause, hormones, and stress. But nobody was convinced. The change was impossible to ignore. At the season 13 premiere party, Erika arrived looking like a different person. Her signature curves were gone, what fans called temporal hollowing in her face, and her $40,000 designer dress hung loosely on her shrinking frame. Photographers actually asked if she was feeling okay. What made the speculation explode was Erika's fierce denial. She went on Watch What Happens Live and aggressively shut down Andy Cohen's gentle questioning about her weight loss. "My body, my business," she snapped. But when you're on reality TV, your body literally is part of the business, and fans weren't letting it go. Cast members started commenting carefully. Garcelle Beauvais mentioned being concerned about Erika's health. Kyle Richards suggested maybe she should eat more. But Erika's response was always the same. Blame hormones, blame age, blame stress from her legal troubles. Anything but the obvious. So there you have it. Over 50 celebrity transformations that reveal the dark reality behind Hollywood's biggest trend. From emergencies to psychological breakdowns, from blatant lies to heartbreaking confessions. But here's what matters most. This isn't just about celebrities. When A-listers normalize dangerous shortcuts, millions of followers think it's safe to do the same. When wellness influencers hide the truth, real people suffer real consequences. The entertainment industry wants you to believe these transformations are natural, achievable, and safe. But as we've just shown you, the reality is far more dangerous than anyone wants to admit. If this opened your eyes to what's really happening behind the glamour, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Drop a comment below. Which transformation shocked you the most? And which celebrity do you think we should investigate next? Remember, when it comes to health, there are no shortcuts worth your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.